que ce soit vraiment pour la Grèce. Donc on va travailler très
That's IMF Chief Christine Lagarde this morning in Brussels before meeting with Eurozone finance ministers yet again to try and thrash out a deal for debt-stricken Greece. A deal is likely, but markets are in profit-taking mood. I'm Jamie McGeever and this is today's Market Pulse. So investors playing it safe today, cashing in on some of last week's gains in stocks, commodities and peripheral Eurozone bonds. Among the biggest decliners today are European banks, and here to tell us why is Reuters European banking correspondent Steve Slater. Steve, Barclays is the big mover today, down last around 4%. What's driving that?
Well, about 300 million shares in the bank have been sold this morning. It's on behalf of Qatar, their biggest shareholder. Looks like it will exercise some warrants, which it was granted under a very controversial fundraising that Barclays did in 2008. And it looks like Qatar is just taking some profits on that investment it made back then.
But just to be clear, this isn't Qatar reducing its stake in Barclays, isn't it?
No, they had these warrants that were tied, that were part of this very complex deal that was done in October 2008. They're keeping the shareholding at about 7%, so they're not really reducing the stake, but they are selling these warrants or locking in the profit from these warrants. And we estimate that from this fundraising in October 2008, they probably made about £1.7 billion on their bet in Barclays, which it was a pretty risky bet at the time, but they've obviously done well out of it when other investors weren't willing to step in. So yeah, just taking some more of that off the table.
1.7 billion, even for them, even for the Qataris, is no small amount of change, isn't it?
Yeah, and they made two investments, and the first one they actually lost money in their Barclays investment. It was the second one with slightly more controversial terms attached that they've made the money.
Just very quickly though, Steve, is this a one-off sale on Barclays, or is this a sign that Qatar, being a very shrewd investor, may have called the top?
It looks to be a one-off because we knew that they had to exercise these warrants before October 2013. So everyone knew it was probably going to happen. The Qataris have said they're still long-term investors and they want to hold their stake at just below 7%. So it looks like it is just taking those profits off.
Okay, and UBS also in the news today. Shares are down, not 4%, only 1%, but they've been hit with a fine from the US authorities. UK authorities.
Yeah. The FSA has fined them almost £30 million. You know, a significant amount, but it's for lax systems and operational controls around trading and the Queco Adiboli issue. So yeah, I mean, UBS wants to put this behind it. They've been fined. Now maybe they can move on.
£30 million. That's not a lot of money to UBS, is it?
It's not huge, but the Swiss regulators also said they might need to hold extra capital for their operational risk. So that might be more of a worry, actually, that they may need to hold more capital in the future to cover potential rogue trading scandals like this.
I thought this was going to be the last rogue trading scandal.
They would like to think so, but as we've seen before, you know, you can never guarantee there won't be one.
Okay, Steve, thank you very much. Well, on to our chart of the day, and today we'll look at Egyptian stocks. President Mohamed Morsi's decree last week, which temporarily widened his powers and shielded his decisions from judicial review, triggered violent protests and the market crash. Shares tumbled 10% on Sunday, the biggest fall in almost 2 years and the fifth largest fall in the last 25. Some signs of recovery today, although it's been a pretty weak rebound. Shares up almost 3%, which pulls the market back above the 5,000 mark. That's all from us for now, but join us every day at this time to take the pulse of the market. I'm Jamie McGeever. This is Reuters.